All roads lead to Svitavy. Visitors can get here within an hour from Pardubice, Hradec Králové, Olomouc and Brno. However, the travel time depends on what mode of transport pilgrims choose. They can go on foot, by bicycle or car, or be lulled to sleep by the monotonous sound of the railroad. In winter, sports enthusiasts can easily find groomed cross-country ski trails. If a hot air balloon is the transport mode of choice, even a landing place for it would be found. The only way you can't get to the city is by boat, even though the almost 100-kilometre-long Svitavy river starts here. There was a town in the forested landscape of the Svitavy hills already in the 13th century. German settlers, however, could not have known how their home would change. They built a long square, the pulsating heart of Svitavy, around the main road. The life of Svitavy's inhabitants has been connected with water since ancient times. Flowing, springing and pumping water, pond water and backwater. In short, water in all its forms. It has been here since time immemorial. It has served, protected and helped. The times of inns are gone. Mainly anointed ones and pilgrims stayed in them. It even works that way nowadays, just the accommodation has changed, although a place for an overnight stay can be romantic, even today. All of that is created by the atmosphere of a modern city. You have to sample the atmosphere. Svitavy had its nickname. It was called the West Moravian Manchester, based on the hundreds of factories and workshops of textile workers. However, you can't stop time and a number of factories now serve other purposes. One industrial building in the middle of the city has retained its name, Fabrika. With the help of EU funds, it has been transformed into a multifunctional cultural centre with a library of the new millennium and a theatre. A number of splendid villas of local industrialists remain in Svitavy from its past textile glory. Such buildings set in romantic gardens, which are now city parks, can also be found along the Heritage Trail. It will lead you through the square, the oldest sites in the city, churches and important buildings. You'll discover the Baroque face of the city in the form of statues, columns and sculptures. And if you have a smartphone handy, then your walk through the city will be all the more entertaining and enlightening. Bonan Tagon means good day in Esperanto. Perhaps that is how they will welcome you at the only Esperanto museum in the Czech Republic. It's situated in the once largest German public library in Moravia, in the Ottendorfer house. Oswald Valentin Ottendorfer, local native and patron of the city in the 19th century, he left the citizens of Svitavy an immortal monument with the most beautiful concert hall in the city. Just the thought that all of this was created in 1.5 years, hats off to the builders. And one more native, this time from the time of lists. Oskar Schindler saved 1,200 persecuted Jews during the Holocaust, so we read on the memorial plaque opposite his native home. The story of Oskar Schindler is captured by the exhibition Search for the Star of David in the local museum. The sad history with a happy point took place in Svitavy, Krakow, Poland, Auschwitz, Gross-Rosen, and ended in nearby Bronienec. 200 unique photographs also depict the destinies of local Jews, their synagogue and cemetery. The Svitavy Museum is surprisingly large, even though it does not look like it. And it looks after many rarities. For example, the collection of washing technology with a permanent exhibition is the largest in the Czech Republic. You'll also spend a lot of time in the gallery halls. The museum takes great pride in the Svitavy nativity scene in the permanent exhibition Labyrinth of Svitavy Stories. Although the building of the nativity scene is mainly a Christmas matter, Svitavy locals have been carving them from time immemorial. It was also called the City of Nativity Scenes. This particular nativity scene, only half of it is on display, was once a moving one. Nativity scenes are the result of the skilled hands of carvers. On the eve of the Svitavy pilgrimage to St. Giles at the end of August, beginning of September, a concert of skillful hands, saws, chisels and planes kicks off. Local and foreign carvers gather here at the wood-carving memorial and carve statues before the eyes of the public. The resulting gallery of large statues then decorates local corners, or the open Svitavy Stadium. Here the saying goes, a healthy soul in a healthy city. How many activities can be hidden in an ordinary stadium? Well, actually a somewhat extraordinary stadium. Even the European Union contributed to its reconstruction, and the stadium combines the culture of the body and the culture of the soul. Would you like to skate on an inline track, tennis or athletics? Would you try pétanque or a cableway? Or how about a workout in the open air? The last possibility is not only available in the stadium, but also in the area outside of the city, which is called Brand. There are historical and natural educational trails within reach of Brand. They will lead you to the border of Bohemia and Moravia, to the source of the river, or the unique monument to queen bees. Is that still not enough for you? How about the Shrovetide festivities on the square, or Rhododendron Day in May in Jan Palach Park, or wine tasting on the square in September? That is Svitavy, an open city and a city in motion. Just visit one of the information centres.